We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
Remember, we lose the slowest 5 drivers at the end of Q1, another 5 at the end of Q2, and Q3 will set the top 10 positions.
Buenos dias.
Radio check.
I forget what Welcome to Mexico is. But either way, welcome to Mexico. So, yeah, I mean, coming off of a great run last time out at COTA, P1 and P3. Unfortunately, I think we're going to wind up a day late, $1 short here in the Drivers' Championship, but the Constructors' Championship is all tied up. So, just need to kind of stick it to Sergio Perez, stick it to Max, and we should be good. Through the stadium section, let's see if Esteban Ocon has enough to get himself outside of the bottom 5. Currently trying to knock out the likes of the Sauber of Valtteri Bottas. Will it be enough? Will Ocon with a big Hail Mary there goes up into P14. Now Logan Sargent and Zhou Guanyu will be the only 2 to try to knock out Kevin Magnussen here in P15. Although Magnussen does have a chance, or there is a chance that Magnussen could improve. Sargent only goes P18. Another kind of down session there for the American driver. Now China versus Denmark. Will it be enough? No. Bottas, Albon, Sargent, Gasly, and Zhou Guanyu all out here in Q1. Well, we've got a red flag. Magnussen's out. I don't think this will end the session. I think we're still pretty much safe. Jam-packed end of this session. Let's see who can get themselves outside of the relegation zone. Obviously, Kevin Magnussen's session's over. Hulkenberg has that fault. I doubt he'll be able to get himself out of the bottom 5, and so too will Lance Stroll, as he will remain in P12. So really, it's down to Russell, Ocon, and Lewis Hamilton. George Russell will be first across the line. Will he have enough in the tank to get himself out of the bottom 5? That answer will be a resounding no. Unfortunately, qualifying is over for George Russell. Now, can Esteban Ocon pull off some heroics and get himself in the top 10? Not quite good enough. So Russell, Stroll, Ocon, Magnussen, and Hulkenberg all out here in Q2.
And Oscar, that's a nice lap.
Thankfully, no traffic as Sergio Perez tried to play interference there. Maybe a little bit behind Lewis Hamilton, P3, but so close there for Oscar Piastri. P2 for Lando. Not quite good enough as Max goes to the top. And
I get to recharge on and box this lap.
That's a little unfortunate, but still very, very tight, but very, very doable to put ourselves at least in P2 as Sergio Perez just seems to be falling off a perpetual cliff.
Okay.
Sergio did play a bit of interference, but I don't think either of our guys are going to improve anyway. So Piastri was green. Looks like he's improved a little bit. Actually, does jump ahead of Carlos Sainz provisionally, but not looking too great. Lando improves in the final sector, but just not great lap there on our behalf. So let's see what everybody else does. It looks like Sainz and Leclerc are coming in. I think that's the end of qualifying. So P3 and P4, not the end of the world, but definitely a little concern there with the 14-1 of Verstappen.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. And for Lando Norris, this is another chance to see what he can do in this car.
It's a P2 start for them, an excellent opportunity, and no doubt they'll be looking to grab it with both hands.
This is it. Here we go with the Mexico City Grand Prix. And it's lights out. And away we go.
Lights out and away we go. We've got a dumb race for you guys. So looking at the weather conditions, it's dry, 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 and then full wet. And then intermediate at the end. It's going to be pretty kooky here. So we've decided to put both guys on a set of medium compound rubber. There's actually a decent amount of variety between the medium and the hard compound tires. As you can see, Yuki Tsunoda making a great start there as we try to siphon our way through the first couple of corners. Verstappen's grid penalties have put him down in P11, kind of in the hornet's nest. Hopefully something can happen to keep our championship hopes alive, but ultimately just got to focus on ourselves, get done what we can, and then we'll see how the race progresses. Yellow flags. Daniel Ricciardo doing some lawn mowing. Welcome Sergio Perez. Okay. Thank you, Daniel. Ooh, that was me. Just go neutral.
It's just increased LICO.
Hey, wow, thought for a second there we might go 1-2. And there we go. Up ahead of Charles Leclerc. Good little run down the straightaway. We've already broken away, so I'm going to tell them right now. Low, low. I'm not going to tell them not to fight, but just be nice. Ooh, Piastri must have made a mistake. Well, fair enough, Lando. I mean, I don't know. Lando just has more pace, plain and simple.
Very heavy on the brakes, and hopefully there's not too much damage to the tires.
We've got some weather coming in, and it's looking goofier and goofier by the second. So it's going to be dry, then it's going to be proper wet, and then it's going to go back to intermediate, and then it's going to go back to wet. Oh, good grief. Moment of truth here, guys. So on to a set of soft compound rubber. Both guys coming in. Hopefully no mistakes. It would be a really unfortunate time to have a slow pit stop. And thankfully thus far it's been pretty flawless. On to another set of softs. Attaboy. Almost identical pit stops. They weren't the greatest in the world, but we should be okay. So out of the pit lane now. We will cycle out behind Verstappen, Sainz, and Leclerc, but obviously they're on much older tires. So the rain is set to come in right around lap 38. So we should have theoretically no problem getting there. But yeah, just a little bit of nerves at this current moment.
Oscar, the car behind.
But we are getting to that point. So up the inside here of Max Verstappen, I think with Lando, we'll just go ahead and attack and try to catch the two Ferraris. But thus far, not dire straits just yet. Also, what is... Did someone just go...
Stay close.
It up.
Porco Dio.
Keep
Now we
walking.
should be able to take a look here. Now this was at turn 1. Oh, and the car locks up. Now they did leave it very late.
Yeah, probably best, honestly, to just let Oscar through. I'll call it. Just let him go. Tires are dead. Tough break, Lando.
Confirm.
Yeah, well, either ways, hopefully Piastri can just overtake here. I mean, we've got good pace in this car. We've got good tires, but the rain is imminent, so onward. Dump it. Who cares? Gotta go around him. Gotta make a move up to P2.
Lovely stuff.
Just straight onto a set of wets. Simply a fuck it we ball moment. Gonna need to, this better be correct. That's all I'm saying. Mighty quiet in the pit lane. Looks like it's just ourselves and Esteban Ocon. So we've committed to going intermediates here. I wonder if the AI are thinking that they're going to go straight onto a set of wet weather tires. So really got to make the most of it in these intermediate conditions. But whether this was the right call or not, I'm not entirely sure. Guess this will be the moment of truth. They haven't left the pit lane. I called it perfect. It'll be close. Actually, no, it won't even be close. But the question is, did they go onto wets? They're all going straight to wets. Okay, well... So the AI, like I thought they were doing, are banking on just going straight to the wet weather tire, whilst we're going to try to make these intermediates work. All right, hold your breath a moment. Let's see if that gamble paid off. So onto a brand new set of wet weather tires. We've made a mistake with Lando. That's unfortunate. So long pit stop. It's the first mistake that we've had in a long time. I'll let that one slide. So Piastri's coming in this time by, but the track has converted over to proper wet weather conditions. So into the pit lane now. Hopefully that just means that the mistake was used up on him. It looked like that was the case. So what is the gap between ourselves and Charles Leclerc? Leclerc will take over the lead, and we will cycle out in P4.
Hey, I lost it.
We've got one shot. You can see we've only got 2% battery to play with. Max is going to run us down, although it looks like we will be able to make this overtake somewhat. GG Oscar. So, I mean, I'm back him onto the podium, but not happy.
Look at that. Leclerc takes first place.
And is thoroughly deserved. A hugely talented driver and undoubtedly a worthy winner.
Yeah, just gave Ferrari a 1-2 on a silver platter. I tried being conservative with the intermediate call. I knew it was wrong, but I did it anyways. And, I mean, at least we got Verstappen back. Still, you know, we officially take over the lead in the constructors, but a lot of missed opportunities today. So Ferrari, the first Ferrari 1-2 of the season. Leclerc gets a hat trick and wins on the season. Piastri comes home on the podium. Verstappen, Norris. Perez will come home P6 for his home GP. Sonoda will come home P7 with Russell, Alonso, and Stroll completing the top 10. That's
that is the check.
That's my stream time today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I will be back next Tuesday for the season finale.
That's P5.
But
P5.
yeah, kind of a dud way to end the stream.
Okay, mate. Well managed.
And on our screens at the moment, the McLaren driver.
And third place sees them round off today with a trophy to mark the occasion.
And what a day at the office it was for that McLaren driver. Truly deserving of their place up there.
Podium number 8 now, I think they've reached the season. That's really impressive.
A carnival atmosphere, as always, for the Mexico City Grand Prix.